Hello, this is Transformers fan G138 here with a video review of Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Power Rangers slash Voyager Thundertron. And this guy is actually pretty neat. I downright hate Beastformers, and this guy is actually kind of cool. I definitely don't like his head, hands down. In fact, the whole reason I bought this guy was for a custom. And that is the sole purpose for me owning this, is I'm going to tear it apart, repaint it, and throw it back together with some custom pieces. And anybody who watches my G138 and other such fun show, I have revealed what my project is. It's, I don't have the printout here, but it was a bad Photoshop. I did in half an hour, but I'm going to take this and I'm going to repaint it and add pieces to it. Armors, weapons, guns. Armors. Yeah. Anyway, armor, weapons, guns. And that's going to end up looking pretty similar to, Victory Leo from Transformers Victory, the Japanese series. Anyway, it's cool. It'll go great with my custom Star Saber when I'm done. Anyway, as far as Thundertron goes, though, he's got a lot of blue, like the Magnus does. He's got the whole translucent blue thing going. As far as Beastformers go, this is not terrible. I have one other Beastformer, actually, and that's Leo Breaker. I think Leo Breaker has a little bit more mobility than this, but yeah, just simply because this right here is all the movement he has in Lion Tiger type mode. This panel right here does not want to stay in, and I don't know why. I can probably tweak that when I'm customizing it, but there, enough friction on the arm there. The claws, I love the length of the claws. That's cool. Back legs are literally just his legs. Anyway, they actually have a little bit more movement. This one just rotates and swivels a little bit, and I'll explain that a little later if you haven't already noticed, which I'm sure you have. This piece can pull back and a sword comes out, or sword flips from back there to out there with a LED. Yeah, kind of a lame mech tech type weapon. Again, I forget what they call these now, but I don't care. They're really terrible. If this locked into place, like Magnus's did, this would be one of the coolest weapons there. I mean, obviously I'd take batteries out, but this would honestly look really cool hanging off his arm. But because it doesn't stay, it's got this piece of junk. Anyway, my plans for this is I'm going to tear it apart, add some stuff around the mount for it, and actually turn it into a sword, an actual full-on sword. And I think I'm going to paint it like a little bit of silver and red, and give it to Prime RID Optimus. Just because it Victory Leo doesn't need a sword, but it still looks nice. So overall, pretty cool little figure. It's got this tail, which I believe Victory Leo didn't actually have a tail, so I'm probably going to take that out because that's not paintable. I mean, it is, but the paint will crack. It's cool that that's there, though. You know, you actually have a non-hard plastic tail there. Like in Leo Breaker's case, he had this plastic axe that ended up being his tail, or whatever it was. Axe, sword, whip, I don't remember. Anyway, it was just didn't turn out well. So that's that. The transformation is, you know, fair enough. It's a little more complex turning it into this than removing it from this mode. But we'll start with the legs. So we'll flip around this, turn it around, do the same with the other foot. Then pull the legs down, rotate them around so they face the opposite direction. Come back here, pull this piece up and down, that unlocks this, so you can actually push these hip pieces in. Then we take the front, pop these off, and just kind of mess around and unclip everything. Then we do this, flip this around. Flip these hands out, pull them to the side, flip this forward, the whole head will go down, the whole lion's head will go down. As you are doing that, pull these two tabs down, and this spring-loaded piece in here can just be like compressed down in. Head up, pop into place, and then the forehead piece just bends down. Then these pieces flip down and lock into place. Helps keep these from moving around. And you have mostly done. This guy is actually kind of neat in robot mode, which is kind of weird because didn't think he would be. And then these little tabs here plug into the back of the arm mount here, like that, both sides. Then paw comes down, rotates around, kind of, there's a little notch for it in there, and sets over his existing shoulder armor. Tail section out here just is annoying. So I think realistically the very only modding I'm going to do is for my custom is get a new head and get rid of the mech tech weapon, and that's the only modding. I'm going to get a new head, remove the tail. It's the only modding on the actual figure. So now basically this is the full robot mode, and it's interesting. It's got some interesting features, but first I'm going to go through and talk about the articulation here. He's got a ball and socket joint foot here. He's got a swivel and a swivel. No side-to-side motion on this one, and there's a reason for that. These two pieces want to slide out all the time, and that's just due to the transformation to get a wider stance. I mean, realistically, I don't know, a little bit of super glue inside might make those a little bit tighter if it's really bothering you like it's bothering me. Yeah, I'll see what happens when I throw a coat of paint on it. Let's see, and then his head rotates, ball and socket joint. His knees are a friction hinge, a little more than 90 degrees, which is nice. He's got a ball and socket joint hip with a swivel up there, as you saw earlier. These two pieces move on a swivel, or nice armor, so you can get some cool poses. He's got a ball and socket joint up here. His armor moves free. He's got a swivel and a friction hinge here, as well as a little bit of movement in the hand just due to the transformation. Already talked about the head. The armor can move a little bit out of the way. So I'm pretty sure that's all the articulation. He's actually pretty articulate for the Prime series. So now his foot here. This can actually unpeg, and you have his pirate peg leg stance. It's kind of cool because apparently he's a pirate. This flips down, these flip around, and this supposedly plugs into his arm here for a claw weapon. You know, it's supposed to kind of match this one. really like this. Is just terrible. It would be awesome if you could lock it into place like that. It wouldn't be so bad. But whatever. So I'm going to mod this completely and give it to a completely different transformer. Yeah. And this foot weapon thing is going to remain a foot for my purposes. You can, however, if you want to buy a second one of these guys, because these legs are almost identical for the exception of, well, nothing really, because they flip around, almost identical except for the lower part of the leg here. The foot, if you buy a second figure, you can actually swap another one of this leg for this leg, and it works completely fine. There's no identifying feature. This leg is completely symmetrical. Therefore, you can use it on this side. I am cheap and I don't like spending too much on my custom figures. Paint is usually my most expensive item, so I'm not going to go out and buy a second one just to have a ball and socket joint foot. For sitting on my shelf and looking pretty, it's going to look fine. Just a little bit of comparison of what my what the scale is here. Here is my custom Star Saber figure. So the two will look pretty cool next to each other, I think. Especially when I get the cannons on his arms and his wings in the back. It's going to look cool. And then I'm going to use a Generations Megatron head, I think, for his head, because it's very close to the actual shape of his animation head. Some different, paint apps and such. Anyway, that's that. The only thing I have left is Thundertron's box, which is over here somewhere. That's right here. Move these. So, let's see. He's got the animation, which actually looks like it could be kind of cool. He's got this really cool pattern here with gold and such on his arm, and I kind of wish it was there, because that would translate and end up being here. I just kind of wish it was, because that would be a little bit better than translucent blue. Yeah, like here. And then he's actually got an actual sword in his hand rather than the stupid mech-tech weapon. Now, the animation model looks good, so if he was to be in the show, I think it would be really cool looking. And his back here showing off all the gizmos and whatnot. Kind of lame. Magnus is on the back. His bio over here. Yeah. So, standard box, light up battle sword. Ooh. Just give me a regular sword. I don't need to light up. Well, that's that. If you have any questions about Thundertron or my custom, please feel free to post a comment down below. And hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.